when you picture therapy, some might think of a one-on-one session in an office, maybe sitting on a couch and talking about your life. You may not picture sitting in a field surrounded by many different types of animals. That is what a therapy session looks like at the Vista Ranch. And that's where our reporter Sydney Dick takes us tonight for our In Business report.
Welcome to Vista Ranch, where equine-assisted interventions have been happening since 2010. The serene pasture is not exactly what most think of when they think of a therapy and wellness center.
This is essentially the office. This is the place where everything happens. People will come out as a team and interact with the horses or donkeys, and we just see what kind of issues come up for them. And then a lot of times it relates back to what's happening in their life.
Client sessions generally start in the office, where they can talk to mental health specialists about what is happening in their life, and then the next step is actually going outside. And when people come into the pasture, they can get up close and personal with the animals.
When people come here, I just want them to feel at home and like they can totally be themselves. It's all about connecting with nature, animals, and then back to ourselves.
At Vista Ranch, they believe that human-animal interaction is very important and has a heavy focus on the symbolism that the interactions can bring.
If somebody wants to come out and work on anxiety, for example, they might start feeling anxious. The animals will notice that and behave in particular ways, and a person might experience that, and it might take on meaning in their life, and they might learn something about themselves, learn about how they interact with others and how they interact with the world.
The ranch is home to an abundance of different animals, with everything from a retired racehorse to rescue cats. Currently, there are 12 therapy animals who can help a variety of different clients.
Everyone is welcome at the ranch. As far as clients, we see folks, from very young to very old. So children, lots of adolescents that we see, and adults. People who want psychotherapy or just kind of coaching or education. People of all different backgrounds, people with any diagnoses. Really, it's pretty wide open.
Reporting from Bemidji with this week's In Business, I'm Sydney Dick, Lakeland News.
The ranch has many different specific programs, the newest of which is starting this fall. It will be open to mental health care workers, first responders, and anyone who works with caring for others. The focus of this new program is more on support and shared experience than the typical psychotherapy ones.
Lakeland News is member-supported content. Please consider supporting Lakeland News today.